All right, hello boys. We're back and we're doing another little custom map showcase. Today, I'm going to be showing off a map that I've been doing guides for like the last week or so, and that's Kyassuru by Zeroy. This is the oldest map that I've shown on the channel. Not on my Twitch. I've streamed older customs over on my Twitch. I think the oldest map I've streamed is Fabrik der Toten by Madgas. But anyway, by the way, if you're not following Twitch, that is my main platform. I stream on there pretty much every day. So go ahead and follow the link. I'll have one in the description as always, if that interests you at all. But I've been playing this map a lot recently for YouTube, and I've also been playing it with some of the boys that I play customs with here and there. I showed them this map recently, and we're going to play it another time, I think still, because I think they still wanted to try to figure out more stuff. When I play with the boys, I don't show them everything because I feel like it kind of takes away the fun. So even when it's maps like this one where I've like done a guide for everything on the map, I try not to show too much. Sorry if you just heard my phone ding. But this map has a lot going for it, especially for when it came out. I believe the workshop says it was posted in March 2017. And at least from what I've played of older customs, like from early 2017-ish, this one is looking pretty good, considering when it came out. The general level of quality you were seeing some people pull out of the mod tools wasn't quite as high as it is now back then. So this is pretty impressive considering when it came out. The map also has a good amount of stuff to do on it. It's not like a shit ton, but I mean, the last showcase that I did was for Shisha no Teiku. That map literally has like 2 tiny side Easter eggs, so by comparison, this one's doing pretty good. Also, again, it's got a great weapon pack. Just like Shisha no Teiku, it uses World War II weapons. It's not using the same pack. It's got some very different ones, but it is World War II weapons for the most part, so I'm still a fan. It also has a variety of wonder weapons on it. It has multiple wonder weapons on this map. So you've kind of got a lot of different ways that you can play it as far as which wonder weapon you decide to take in each game. I think for the sake of this video, I'm going to get one of the custom wonder weapons that he has on the map. There are 4 wonder weapons on the map, and 2 of them are custom, but one of them is not. Look, I'll be straight up. One of them is just a little like off. Like it doesn't play too well. It's not the best custom wonder weapon job you'll see. Just generally doesn't feel very good to use. And then he also has, I mean, like spoilers, but he has a Wonder Waff on the map that you can get only through quests, and he has a Ray Gun Mark III on the map that you can get only from the box. So he's got a lot of different ways you can approach it as far as like which wonder weapon you want to try to get. And each game, it is kind of interesting to just be like, okay, which one do I want to use? You've got some zombie maps that have like their 4 elemental variants, right? And this is completely different because it's entirely just 4 totally unique wonder weapons on this map. So there's a lot more of like a choice, it feels like at least, compared to just like choosing between elemental variants of one weapon. There's also an Easter egg on the map. I don't think I'm going to be doing it though, because I'm trying to play with the format on this video. I got a recommendation in the comments on the first one to do these videos where I just play like the first 5 to 10 rounds and show it off a little bit, but not too much. I think 5 to 10 rounds is a good baseline, but I feel like even going to like round 10, right, it's like I don't feel like for a lot of customs out there that's really enough to show off an amount of the map that I feel like I want to, at least. So I think I'm gonna try to do like the first 15 rounds of a game for these videos, doing the little showcases. Also, this Sten is like, okay, so this Sten is custom for sure, but it's fairly obvious that it's based off of the bootlegger that you can see on Shadows of Evil and some of the Chronicles maps in the base game as well. And I like it. I mean, it's literally like it's the bootlegger, but it seems like it's had its stats lowered a bit. It doesn't seem as strong as the bootlegger. And obviously, it's just got a very different look that if I'm being completely honest, like outside of Shadows of Evil, because on Shadows, the bootlegger looks great. On Noct or something like that, the bootlegger looks kind of out of place. I like this look more, I think. But, you'll see here, the iron sights didn't get quite the best treatment. It's a good-looking model, but when you ADS, it's not ideal. He does have a gobblegum machine, and frankly, I'm not too familiar with using gobblegums on custom maps. I generally don't. I'm not sure if you can like put megas in your loadout when you're playing custom zombies, if you just have them on your account for the normal game, and I'm not sure. Surely if you can, using them is like unlimited because it wouldn't take them out of your account. At least I don't think it would. So having the gobblegum machine isn't like make or break for me by any means. But if you can put megas on in custom zombies, which again, I'm not even entirely sure, then maybe you could break the balance of the map a little bit. But it seems to me that most people who play customs and like really are into customs probably wouldn't even want to do that. So for me, it's like, yeah, I'll take in plain sight, but that's really it. So aside from quick revive, the map uses random perk spawns, which I don't mind. But I know that some people really dislike random perk spawns. I guess that's just kind of up to personal preference, how you might feel about that. Here's where it is. I knew it was in here. I'm getting there. Why are the lights... Oh, there we go. I was very confused. So, the map also... I'll just grab one of these to show it off, even though I normally wouldn't really play too much with these. It has these little challenges around... that vary in difficulty, but you can get some melee weapons from doing these little challenges around the map. I didn't even need the second nade. Okay. Right here. We got a battle axe. I think they vary as far as like how good they... Whoa. I think they all have different stats. I don't think that they are all the same. I know that one that I've used in my games quite a bit is the mace, which you can find from one of the challenges. And I know that that one is very strong. If I'm remembering right, it's about as strong as like Galvanuckles on BO2. So it's pretty. Yeah, this one's still one-hitting on 7. So the melee weapons can be pretty useful if you put in a small bit of effort. You can just get one for free. Not the worst way to start out a game, especially because the box can actually spawn like very far from the spawn room. So if you're someone like me who likes to hop into a game and go straight to the box and try your luck with the fucking RNG gods, then a melee weapon might be a good pick for you. One thing with this map is that Pack-a-Punch is round gated, which I know that some people like and don't have really any problem with, just because it does add some balance to the map, adds a good difficulty curve to the map that I know a lot of people like. And while I can appreciate that, personally, I'm not the biggest fan of round gating steps and such, or just things that you can open up in the map. I'm generally of the opinion of, if the player is good enough to do something on a low enough round, then you should just let them do it. But it is round gated. That might be an issue for you, or that might be an issue for you. It might not be. I don't know. I know for me, it's like a minor annoyance, but it's definitely not something that ruins the map for me by any means. I know that playing with a couple of friends recently, they didn't love that Pack was round gated. They weren't very big fans of that. But they also generally are just much more casual. They don't play zombies like quite to the level that I do, and I'm sure a lot of people who will watch this sort of video do. So, you know, take it as you will, I guess, is what I'm kind of saying with Pack-a-Punch being round-gated and all that. And with Pack being round-gated, some other things on the map that require it to be opened first are also round-gated just by their nature. But honestly, I think Pack is really the only one that's going to like affect your average game that you'll play of this map. So yeah, I like the melee weapon system. You know, for killing 5 zombies with grenades, I was able to get a melee weapon that at least is still one-shotting on round 8. So, you know, I'll certainly take that little reward for doing something really small, all things considered. So you can, on this map as well, get a shield, which is very nice. I know that most custom maps that I've played that are of like a particularly high quality, they do have a shield implemented on the map in some way, generally speaking, so that's not anything crazy, but it's nice to have. It's something to do on the map. There's a small quest for it, very, very small quest for it. And generally, I mentioned this on my Shisha no Teku video that I did maybe, I don't know, a week and a half ago now. Generally, I am a fan of custom maps, or just zombies maps in general, that have more to do on them, like more side quests, more things to unlock, so to speak. So, this map generally is a little more my style. There's a good amount of like side content to be done on this map. Nothing quite close even to the level of something like Leviathan, or, you know, one of those like massive custom maps. But there is some side content here. There's plenty for you to do. It'll definitely keep you entertained for a solid amount of games as you start to learn the map at first. So the map looks good. Like, I wouldn't say that the map looks like amazing, but the map looks pretty good, especially, you know, you compare it to like the average thing that you're going to see on the Steam Workshop. This map looks nice. But something that kind of confuses me with this map and its visual style is when you do the Easter egg on this map, it changes up the lighting of the map like drastically, and it looks like 5 times as good after you do the Easter egg. So I'm not sure why that wasn't just the way that the map was made to look always. If it were me, I would definitely say like the way that your map looks its best is probably like the way that your map should look by default. But I can also see the side of it being like, yeah, you get a reward for doing the Easter egg in your game by making the map look nicer. But I just generally think that for lower level players, or just for pulling new players in, you know, getting new downloads off the workshop, you would probably want to make your look... Sorry, you'd probably make... You'd probably want to make your map look its best, like always, not just after the Easter egg is completed. So this boss zombie, I have very mixed feelings on. It is Scorpion from Mortal Kombat 10, but he's got a hat now. And he has a lot of cool behaviors. Like, he'll do that thing, he'll teleport after you do a certain amount of damage, he breathes fire, he'll do that little spin kick that my shield just caught. If you get kicked by him like that, it does knock you to the ground and you have to stand up before you're able to run away. Like, he has a lot of interesting behaviors, and here, that lightning strike is him spawning in like a handful of dogs. Like, he has good behaviors, and he's a unique boss in gameplay for the most part. My problem with him is the amount of bullets that he will take from the player. I have used the Ray Gun Mark III against him, and if you spam just the damage shot for the Mark III at him, he goes down in like less than 10 shots. But with any other normal bullet gun, he takes nearly like a max ammo with double tap. So he's a really interesting boss, but his health is very high. I can see that the reasoning was most likely that his health was made so high so that he could show off all of those unique behaviors that he had been given that were completely original to him. Like, those are custom behaviors. Those are not seen anywhere else in, like, base game zombies. But it's just a lot of health. It makes him a bit of a pain in the ass to take down, and not necessarily in the best way, if that makes sense. So generally, I would say with this map, my opinions could be summed up as it's got like such a good base. Like, what's here at like a base level is like really good. But there are just some weird decisions that kind of like confuse me as to why they were made a certain way. It's definitely not a perfect map. It's like an above average map that I just have some weird quirks and small issues with, I guess. Wait, I just realized that for me to get the wonder weapon I wanted, I have to open pack, and I can't even do that below round 15. I can't get either of the custom wonder weapons without opening pack. So, hold on. I'm gonna get just the waff. Zombie Blood is interesting to me. I know that mod tools had a lot of issues when they came out. I'm not someone with the strongest understanding of how the mod tools work. But one of my moderators over on Twitch is a custom mapper. He spends a lot of time with the mod tools. I also just know a couple other custom mappers who I've gotten to meet. Actually, because I covered maps of those, I got to meet them, which has been great. I've loved getting to meet some of the guys in the custom scene, and through my moderator and through them, learn more about how the process of working with these mod tools works. Also, if you're only like a YouTube viewer, you don't watch my Twitch, then this is also probably something that you don't know about me. I don't think this is on my YouTube anywhere at the time of me recording this, at least. But I'm a game design student in college. I'm about halfway through a degree in game design, so this sort of thing interests me. I have a very good base understanding of just how game design works, both from like an actual design standpoint and a technical standpoint. So learning about mod tools has helped me a lot. But what I was going to say with all of that was that the Zombie Blood is quite buggy on this map, and since this map is old, and I've seen Zombie Blood work like perfectly in mod tools in like the last year or so. But what I would assume, just from what I've heard about how mod tools were at launch, Zombie Blood probably was not a drop that was supported or given to creators with the mod tools as they released. So that was probably a custom job that was done on the Zombie Blood. You can't take damage in it, but you will see some enemies, mostly ones that are like close enough to you. Like you have to be pretty close to them for it to happen. But they will still like track to you and try to hit you. They just won't be able to deal damage. So it seems like a custom job. Honestly, like, it still works and gets the job done, so it's not really a big deal. I didn't mention this earlier when I had the death machine, but again, if you watch me on Twitch, then you already know this. One of my big things with custom maps that I love is a custom death machine, which mostly just comes from the fact that I don't really love the BO3 death machine very much. So I appreciate when people replace it, especially just because with a lot of areas and themes that you see in a lot of custom maps, the BO3 death machine is just so out of place pretty much all the time. So when someone puts in the effort to replace it with something else, I can really appreciate that. And in this case, giving this map an MG42 is like, yep, that's about perfect. But that's the end of round 15, which means that's the cutoff for me being able to talk about this map for this video and show it off. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully I showed enough of the map to where you're interested in checking it out. I think you can get at least a few good playthroughs where you can find some stuff, get a satisfying experience out of it. Again, it's definitely nowhere near perfect, but it's definitely got some value to it and some good reason to check it out. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope y'all have a great rest of your day, and goodbye.